Mahanayaka, President of Buddhist Association, Excellencies, respected members of the Sangha and friends in the Dhamma. After we start our function celebrating Vesak, United Nations Days of Vesak, at the auditorium of Mahachulalongkorn Rajavitiyalaya University, listening to the blessing of His Holiness Sangharakshata, the Supreme Patriarch of Thailand, and addresses by the Buddhist leaders, panelists discuss the matter pertinent to the main theme, Buddhist Wisdom Coping with the Global Crisis. Now we move to this United Nations Conference Center in Bangkok. This venue is the symbol of international celebration of Vesak Day. Without coming here, our international event could not be completed. This is because we are permitted to come to celebrate inside the compound of UNCC here. Thanks to the United Nations resolution in the year 1999, the General Assembly of the UN adopted the resolution in that year that the day of Vesak, which is the most sacred day of the Buddhist world, be celebrated at the headquarters of United Nations in New York and its branches around the world. As I mentioned yesterday, we formed the organization to be responsible for organizing the activities, cooperating with the UN body in New York and here. That organization is called International Council for the Day of Vesak, of which I am the president. This organization, ICDV, has been granted a special consultative status by the United Nations Economic and Social Council, ECOSOC, with 4 missions: sustainable development, climate change, education, and peace building. These are the scope of our mission. You can see that the main theme of the past celebration of Vesak days fall within the scope of 4 missions. Yesterday we have listened to discussion on climate change, on peace and pandemic that related to our mission. It means that we want to dig into the Buddhist wisdom so that we can have something to contribute to the world body. Now, we have come to gather here to celebrate the United Nations Days of Vesak using facilities of the UN ESCAP here. This facility, the UN ESCAP Conference Center, is one of the largest branch of the United Nations outside New York. This UN ESCAP serves 53 countries and 9 territories in the Asia-Pacific region. The executive of the UN ESCAP here is also the Under-Secretary General of the United Nations and perform as Executive Secretary of the UN ESCAP. Right now, we are honored to welcome the Executive Secretary of the UN ESCAP, Excellency Amida Alicia Bana. She is here with us. Due to her generosity and her staff generosity, we have been able to use the facility in this conference center for the last 18 years. Now, may I invite the Executive Secretary of the UN ESCAP to deliver her welcome address and present the message from Excellency Antonio Guterres, the Secretary General of the United Nations. Please welcome the Executive Secretary with a big applause.